So let's talk about all the times that these two Pokemon became absolute menaces to society. Being introduced in Gen 5, Purloin and Liepard were in a very unique situation. First of all, they had the hidden ability Prankster. The Prankster ability gives a +1 priority to all status moves or moves that don't do damage. What made Purloin a problem is the fact that it also had access to the move Assist. What Assist does is that it uses a move known by a Pokemon in your party. The first issue that appeared with Liepard and Purloin was that people would use the move Assist to spam the move Roar, effectively throwing the opponent in and out of battle. If you're wondering why people would do this, it's the same reason as why kids shoot each other in the eyes with rubber bands. Because it's funny, but that's just the tip of the iceberg when it comes to Purloin and Liepard. Which leads us to the hilarious Dive Cats, which took this to a whole new level. As previously stated, Purloin and Liepard has the ability Prankster and the move Assist, but there was another thing that these Pokemon also had access to. That being the items Lagging Tail and Full Incense. Lagging Tail and Full Incense are items that are sometimes used to competitive Pokemon and always used with the move Trick, to give the item to your opponent because of how bad it is. The effect of holding these items is that it ignores the speed stat and puts you last in your priority bracket. This means that even if you are faster than your opponent, you will still go last if you use the move that has the same priority as your opponent. But why on earth would this item be good on Purloin and Liepard? Well, I'll tell you. Even though it puts you last in your priority bracket, it takes priority into account. Meaning that if Purloin is holding the Lagging Tail, Assist will still go before most moves because Prankster still gives it a +1 priority. So what people would do is combine this with the move Dive. Because Dive is a 2-turn move, Prankster would give priority to Assist, making it go first. But because Dive does damage, Prankster no longer gives it priority on the next turn. And because you are holding the Lagging Tail, Dive will go last. Which in turn means that if you have no priority moves, Purloin and Liepard would be impossible to hit unless you had moves such as Surf or Whirlpool. What makes this even more hilarious is that this was used in double battles, because Full Incense and Lagging Tail does the same thing and are different items. So you could lead Purloin and Liepard and have two Pokemon in the back that knows Dive, and they would both be able to use Assist, Dive, and be invincible. But even if you weren't able to knock out your opponent's Pokemon, you could still win because of timer, because you had more HP because they can't hit you. Which is why Assist was banned in Gen 5 OU. Liepard made another appearance online in Generation 6, where they would have a Smeargle in the back to get priority Dark Void. Which is just another reason as to why I think this thing deserves to get its neck broken by a Tombstone Piledriver. If you thought that it couldn't get any worse, you would be right. Because Gen 9 happened. And it didn't just get worse, it got way worse. Even though Liepard and Purloin are not available in Scarlet and Violet, they were allowed in a category called National Dex. And once again, Prankster Assist was back at it. However, this time it was using the move Revival Blessing. You see, Revival Blessing typically only has 1 PP as a way to balance it out. But Assist doesn't use the PP of the move it assists. Meaning that instead of 1 Revival Blessing, you'd have 32. And do you know what move doesn't get picked by Assist? Destiny Bond! So here's what happened. You would have 3 Pokemon with Prankster Assist. Purloin, Liepard, and now Meowstic. Of course it's another cat. All 3 of which knows Assist, alongside a Pokemon with Revival Blessing. And then what you can do is have a Pokemon with max speed and a Choice Scarf with Destiny Bond that could be revived over and over and over again. And yet again, just like Gen 5 OU, Assist was banned from Gen 9 National Dex. But I'm saying right now, they're coming back. Somehow, some way, they will be back.